Blessings, BookTube. Today I have a Bullwinkd fairy tale for you. This is The Pied Piper of Hamlin by Robert Browning. Now, obviously, Robert Browning is not the originator of this story, not being from Hamlin, which is in Germany. However, he is the reason that it is so popular in the English speaking world. So I thought I'd cheat a little bit on this one. And of course, he's brilliant. Verse writer, so hopefully we'll be able to enjoy the reading of this in verse a bit more. Here we go. Hamlin's town in Brunswick, by famous Hanover city. The river Weser, deep and wide, washes its wall on the southern side, a pleasanter spot you never spied. But when begins my ditty almost 500 years ago, to see the townsfolk suffer so from vermin was a pity. Rats, they fought the dogs and killed the cats, and bit the babies in the cradles, and ate the cheeses out of the vats, and licked the soup from the cook's own ladles. Split open the kegs of salted sprats, made nests inside men's Sunday hats, and even spoiled the women's chats. By drowning their speaking with shrieking and squeaking in 50 different sharps and flats. At last the people in a body to the town hall came flocking. "'Tis clear," cried they, "our mayor's a naughty, and as for our corporation, shocking, to think we buy gowns lined with ermine for dolts that can't or won't determine what's best to rid us of our vermin. You hope, because you're old and obese, to find in the furry civic robe ease? Rouse up, sirs, give your brains a racking, to find the remedy we're lacking, or, sure as fate, we'll send you packing." At this the mayor and corporation quaked with a mighty consternation. An hour they sate in council. At length the mayor broke silence. "For a guilder I'd my ermine gown sell. I wish I were a mile hence. It's ease to bid one rack one's brain. I'm sure my poor head aches again. They've scratched it so, and all in vain. Oh, for a trap, a trap, a trap!" Just as he said this, what should hap? At the chamber door but a gentle tap. "Bless us," cried the mayor, "what's that?" With the corporation as he sat, looking little through wondrous fat. Nor brighter was his eye, nor moister than a too long opened oyster. Save when at noon his paunch grew mutinous for a plate of turtle green and glutinous. Only a scraping of shoes on the mat, anything like the sound of a rat, makes my heart go pit-a-pat. "Come in," the mayor cried, looking bigger, and in did come the strangest figure. His queer long coat from heel to head was half of yellow and half of red, and he himself was tall and thin, with sharp blue eyes, each like a pin, and light, loose hair, yet swarthy skin. No tuft on cheek, nor beard on chin, but lips where smile went out and in. There was no guessing his kith and kin, and nobody could enough admire the tall man and his quaint attire. Quoth one, "It's as my great-grandsire, starting up at the trump of doom's tone, had walked this way from his painted tombstone." Oh, the trump of doom. He advanced to the council table, and, "Please, your honors," said he, "I'm able, by means of a secret charm, to draw all creatures living beneath the sun, that creep or swim or fly or run, after me so as you never saw. And I chiefly use my charm on creatures that do people harm, the mole and toad and newt and viper, and people called me the Pied Piper." And here they noticed round his neck a scarf of red and yellow stripe, to match with his coat of the self-same check. And at the scarf's end hung a pipe, and his fingers they noticed were ever straying, as if impatient to be playing upon his pipe as low it dangled over his vesture so old-fangled. "Yet," said he, "poor piper as I am, in Tartary I freed the Cham. Last June from his huge swarms of gnats I eased in Asia the Nizam of a monstrous brood of vampire bats. And as for what your brain bewilders, if I can rid your town of rats, will you give me 1,000 guilders?" 50,000 was the exclamation of the astonished mayor and corporation. Into the street the piper swept, smiling first a little smile, as if he knew what music slept in his quiet pipe the while. Then, like a music adept, to blow the pipe, his lips he wrinkled, and green and blue his sharp eyes twinkled, like a candle flame where salt is sprinkled. And ere 3 shrill notes the pipe uttered, you heard as if an army muttered. And the muttering grew to a grumbling, and the grumbling grew to a mighty rumbling, and out of the houses the rats came tumbling. Great rats, small rats, lean rats, brawny rats, brown rats, black rats, gray rats, tawny rats, grave old plotters, gay young friskers, fathers, mothers, uncles, cousins, cocking tails and pricking whiskers, families by tens and dozens, brothers, sisters, husbands, wives, followed the piper for their lives. From street to street he piped advancing, and step for step they followed, dancing, until they came to the river Weser, wherein all plunged and perished, save one who, stout as Julius Caesar, swam across and lived to carry, as he the manuscript he cherished, to Ratland home his commentary, which was, at the first shrill notes of the pipe, I heard a sound as of a scraping tripe, and putting apples wondrous ripe into a cinder press's gripe, and a moving away of pickle tub boards, and a leaving a jar of conserve cupboards, and a drawing the corks of train owl flasks, and a breaking the hoops of butter casks. And it seemed as if a voice, sweeter far than by harp or by psaltery, is breathed, called out, O rats, rejoice. The world is grown to one vast dry psaltery, so munch on, crunch on, take your nunch on, breakfast, summer, dinner, luncheon, and just as a bulky sugar puncheon, already staved like a great sun shone, glorious scarce an inch before me, just as methought it said, come, bore me, I found the Weser rolling o'er me. You should have heard the Hamlin people ringing the bells till they rocked the steeple. Go, said the mayor, and get long poles, poke out the nests and block up the holes. Consult with carpenters and builders, and leave in our town not even a trace of the rats, when suddenly up the face of the piper perked in the marketplace, with a first, if you please, my 1,000 guilders. 1,000 guilders, the mayor looked blue, so did the corporation too, for council dinners were made rare havoc, with Claret, Moselle, Van de Grave, Hock, and half the money would replenish their cellars' biggest butt with Rhenish. To pay this sum to a wandering fellow with a gypsy coat of red and yellow? Beside, quoth the mayor, the cravat, the original cravat from Croatia. I don't know if it's a gypsy thing. With a gypsy coat of red and yellow. Beside, quoth the mayor with a knowing wink, our business was done at the river's brink. We saw with our eyes the vermin sink, and what's dead can't come to life, I think. So, friend, we're not the folks to shrink for the duty of giving you something to drink. As a matter of money to put in your poke, as for the guilders, what we spoke of them, as you very well know, was in joke. Besides, our losses have made us thrifty. 1,000 guilders, come, take 50. The piper's face fell, and he cried, no trifling, I can't wait. Beside, I've promised to visit by dinner time Baghdad and accept the prime of the head cook's pottage, all he's rich in, for having left in the caliph's kitchen of a nest of scorpions no survivor. With him I proved no bargain driver. With you, don't think I'll bait a stiver, and folks who put me in a passion may find me pipe after another fashion. How, said the mayor, do you think I brook being worse treated than a cook, insulted by a lazy ribald, with idle pipe and vesture piebald? You threaten us, fellow, do your worst, blow your pipe there till you burst. Once more he stepped into the street. I always think about the Pied Piper as piebald, like in Motley, like the piebald horse. But also pied, P-I-E-D, piper. Pied is foot in French, so on the go. Once more he stepped into the street, and to his lips again laid his long pipe of smooth straight cane. And there he blew 3 notes, such sweet soft notes as yet musician's cunning never gave the enraptured air. There was a rustling that seemed like a bustling of merry crowds justling at pitching and hustling. Small feet were pattering, wooden shoes clattering, little hands clapping, and little tongues chattering, and like fowls in a farmyard where barley is scattering, out came the children running, All the little boys and girls with rosy cheeks and flaxen curls, and sparkling eyes and teeth like pearls, tripping and skipping, ran merrily after the wonderful music with shouting and laughter. The mayor was dumb, and the council stood as if they were changed into blocks of wood, unable to move a step or cry to the children merrily skipping by, could only follow with the eye that joyous crowd at the piper's back. But how the mayor was on the rack, and the wretched council's bosoms heat, as the piper turned from the high street to where the Weser rolled its waters, right in the way of their sons and daughters. However, he turned from south to west, and to Kupfring Hill his steps addressed. Kuppelberg Hill his steps addressed. And after him the children pressed. Great was the joy in every breast. He never can cross that mighty top. He was forced to let the piping drop, and we shall see our children stop. When lo, as they reached the mountainside, a wondrous portal opened wide, as if a cavern was suddenly hollowed, and the piper advanced and the children followed. And when all were in to the very last, the door in the mountainside shut fast. Did I say all? No, one was lame, and could not dance the whole of the way. And in after years, if you would blame his sadness, he was used to say, "It's dull in our town since my playmates left. I can't forget that I'm bereft of all the pleasant sights they see, which the piper also promised me. For he led us, he said, to a joyous land, joining the town, and just at hand, where waters gushed and fruit trees grew, and flowers put forth a fair hue, and everything was strange and new. The sparrows were brighter than peacocks here, and their dogs outran our fallow deer, and honeybees had lost their stings, and horses were born with eagle's wings. And just as I became assured my lame foot would be speedily cured, the music stopped, and I stood still, and found myself outside the hill. Left alone again, my will, to go now limping as before, and never hear of that country more." So the children being taken into a hill, this is very much fairy, besides the fairy music, as very much in the fairy tradition. Alas, alas for Hamlin, there came into many a burgher's pate a text which says that heaven's gate opes to the rich at an easy rate, as the needle's eye takes a camel in. The mayor sent east, west, north, and south to offer the piper by word of mouth, wherever it was men's lot to find him, silver and gold to his heart's content, if he'd only return the way he went, and bring the children behind him. But when they saw 'twas a lost endeavor, and piper and dancer were gone forever, they made a decree that lawyers never should think their records dated duly, if after the day of the month and the year these words do not as well appear. It's so long after what happened here, on the 22nd of July, 1376. And the better in memory to fix the place of the children's last retreat, they call it the Pied Piper's Street, where anyone playing on pipe or tabor was sure for the future to lose his labor. Nor suffered they hostelry or tavern to shock with mirth a street so solemn. But opposite the place of the cavern, they wrote the story on a column, and on the great church window painted the same, to make the world acquainted how their children were stolen away. And there stands to this very day. And I must not omit to say that in Transylvania there's a tribe of alien people that ascribe the outlandish ways and dress of their neighbors lay such stress, on which their neighbors lay such stress, to their fathers and mothers having risen out of some subterraneous prison into what they were trepanned long time ago in a mighty band out of Hamlin town in Brunswick land. But how or why they don't understand. What's going on in Transylvania? The Hungarian part of Romania, Hungarian-speaking part of Romania. Unitarianism is quite big there. So Willie, let me and you be wipers of scores out with all men, especially pipers. And whence they pipe us free from rats or from mice, if we've promised them aught, let us keep our promise. All right, so in this series, I'm taking fairy tales that have been reinterpreted by the team of Bullwinkd and Squirrel, with the wonderful Rocky and Bullwinkle show, cartoon from the 70s. and they do some wonderful reimaginings of these fairy tales. What they did with this one is they've got a young hepcat who plays the flat. That's a flute so flat no one can hear it except a rat. So he's not a big success as a musician, but ends up a big success as an exterminator. Such a big success that the king calls for him. He goes to the king, saying, "What do you want me to run off? Badgers, weasels, whatever you're infested with. I can do it." But here, we got a old stand-up 50s joke. My mother-in-law. So the king wants rid of his mother-in-law. Okay, so no, that is a very old trope in fairy tales as well. Of course, the hatred of the mother-in-law, or second mother, or co-mother. Excuse me. Well, the problem, of course, is that the mother-in-law, being human, can't hear the flat. So they brainstorm and they come up with this idea that since eating lots of carrots makes your sight good, maybe what mice eat will make your hearing good. So they start stuffing the old lady with cheese. I love it. However, she's not trusting, right? She's like, why is this guy being nice to me? He hates me, right? The king hates me. So are you trying to poison me with this cheese? So he has to eat the cheese along with her. So this is one of my favorite tropes in all of fairy tales, which is the caught in your own trap trope. So he eats the cheese and also develops the sensitive ears. So now when the hepcat comes, Pied Piper playing his flat, the old mother-in-law actually digs it. She loves this music, right? And gotta love her. But the king is like, of course, run out, right? He's like, he can't stand it. So that's the reinterpretation of the Pied Piper offered by Rocky Bullwinkle. Hope you enjoyed it.